y'all. I'm gonna try to talk about these three without this video getting flagged, cause baby, ooh y'all, look at my hair, y'all. I need to take these braids out this weekend. I got somewhere to go to, honey. And y'all know your girl jobless, so like I can't even get them like redone right now. Ooh, y'all pray I don't fall out this top and drip and flow, y'all. I just put on some new beads, some blue for what is it called? For to calm myself in the middle of this storm, y'all. Y'all know, like it's been a battle. It's been a battle. Anyway, y'all, I was trying to let some people get in the room, but let's just get into it. Let's just really dig into this real quick. Hold on. Let me pull my little notes up. Cause yes, girl, I got notes. I got notes. We gonna chat about hold on, girl. Okay, yeah. So we gonna talk about Tory Lanez, DDG, and Haley and Lil Wayne, right? So let's start with Tory Lanez, y'all. So I remember, y'all. I'm gonna give you just a little backstory to this, just one line that I never forget. Okay, me and my girlfriend both. Well, actually, she was going through a divorce before me. I reconnected with her. I had lost connection with her. I reconnected with her, and when I reconnected with her, I found out that she was going through divorce. She was gone. She was basically couch hopping from like one friend house to the next friend house. She was fighting for custody of her child against her dealing ex-husband, well, soon to be ex-husband. He was trying to get y'all. He was trying to get child support out of her and everything, right? And I didn't know this, of course, because we had lost contact. So when we got contact, and she was telling me all of this, I was just like, "Oh my God!" And one of the things that, and this is what friendship is about, y'all. Friendship is dropping those little gems and nuggets that will forever stick with somebody, right? So one of the things that I said to her was, I was like, "Promise you, just hold on." Like all of the, you're gonna be surprised how this unfolds. So I just want to say right now, her ex-husband is doing life in jail, and she is living life for her son. Son is in college. They're having a ball. Life is great. Okay. So I say that again because at the time she was like, I cannot believe I'm a registered nurse and I'm literally fighting for custody of my child against a dealer. Okay. And he even at one point, y'all, was able to get child support out of her, or was almost able to get child support out of her, but she was able to find a bank statement to show he had a whole bunch of money in the bank. Anyway, the point of the story was, in the midst of her, I said that to her, and then later on, I promise y'all, less than a year later, I was going through a divorce, right? And one of the things she said to me was, he might get by, but he won't get away. And that stuck with me. Like, even at moments when I feel like defeated, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm trying to do the right thing, but this mofo just keep. My daughter's father would be an example, y'all, right? My donor. I'm sitting pretty right now, wearing a crown, honey. And when I tell you, those first few years, the first 3 years, and I was healing, and he was ignoring her existence. His family didn't know about her. Y'all, I was in therapy, all types of stuff. I was distraught and upset, and it felt like, he get to live his life, and I'm over here with this baby by myself. I'm showing up. I feel a lack of integrity because I'm not saying anything because this is his job to say something. Baby, you might get by, but you won't get away. You might. So, Tory, like I've said in my vlogs, y'all, I don't wait for anybody's downfall, but that don't mean I won't bask in that shit. That don't mean I won't enjoy, you know what I'm saying, the fruits of God's labor when it's due. And the truth of the matter is, not only the aspect of him pew pewing Meg, right? Not even the aspect of him pew pewing Meg, but the fact that even after this, y'all, he used all of these flying monkeys, all of these, y'all, I'm gonna just say one that I cannot stand. This man grinds my gears. Academic. Anyway, Y'all, I really, really, really was extremely, I can only imagine what Meg was going through. Do y'all remember when Tory went and did that whole, like, was cutting up a horse leg and stuff? Did y'all remember that whole thing? Y'all know the stallion, like, chopping it up? Baby, baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But when I tell you no fucks given, baby, no fucks given. No fucks given. You can't, you just absolutely cannot operate in that space and expect that you ain't never gonna have something come back. When I tell you karma's a boomerang, baby. Which is why I try to operate in space where it's like I don't make excuses for bad behavior. I don't let nobody do nothing to me and then I return that said negative energy and make the excuse that they were deserving of it. That's not my job. My job is to make sure I'm good. I need y'all to start being more proactive and less reactive. Protect yourself, yes. Don't always react to everything. Some things you gotta let other people handle for you. Keep your hands clean, girl. Keep your hands clean. You know what I'm saying? And so, a prime example is exactly what I did with my daughter's father. I kept my hands clean. I kept my hands clean. So anyway, so that's how I feel about the Tory situation, y'all. Like, everybody's talking about we need to see something's fishy. We need to see evidence. I don't really need to see evidence. I ain't saying I believe it. All I'm saying is if it's true, I ain't got nothing to do with that. It was deserved. You know what I'm saying? It was deserved. All right, let's get into DDG, y'all. So DDG. Okay. First up, what y'all used to do? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all used to be in the comments defending DDG. The reason why was because a lot of y'all Haley fans used to be in the comment section, like talking mad about this man's growth, right? As far, I mean, basically his success, and I ain't like that because I had already knew about DDG before he got with Haley by way of my sons, right? So I knew this young man was very smart. I knew this young man was very successful and made a lot of money through YouTube streaming, Twitch, his music, whatever, right? So I just didn't like that aspect of it. I'm trying to act like he was a nobody before Haley. When I knew the reality is he probably makes more than her. He might be worth more than her. And if she is worth more than him, it's only because of Disney. It's only because of the Little Mermaid and Disney. Half of y'all barely even knew about her prior to that, okay? So I didn't necessarily agree with that. Also, I can somewhat agree with there being a imbalance of the couple, like not feeling like she really aligns with him, right? So all of like the clickbait behavior, the immature behavior, the attention seeking behavior, like I kind of feel like there was evidence that he was like that just straight out of seeing him on social media. We already had an idea this is how DDG moves, right? But when it comes to abuse, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Now, do I believe her? Yes. You know why I believe her? Because facts over feelings, y'all. Facts over feelings. And the fact of the matter is, only 2 to 8% women lie about this. That means 92 to 98% of women are telling the truth. And if you look at those numbers, then I need you to start taking your feelings out of things and start considering the facts of it all, okay? There is a problem with underreported. There's more of a problem with underreported abuse than there is with overreported abuse. That being said, bitches aren't lying, y'all. Okay? The girls are not lying, okay? Also, I need people to understand because this happens too often as well. People do not want to accept and recognize the person that you are getting is not the person someone else is getting when they have an intimate relationship with them. Intimate relationship means intimate access. It also means a certain amount of feelings are involved. It also means much fragile egos, and we're going to get into that as well, okay? So I had the opportunity because of this to have a more deeper and heartfelt and thought-provoking conversation with my sons as a result. My sons love DDG. That's how I got put onto him, right? And, of course, they don't want to believe it. Even though Even though, y'all, my abusive relationship was more mental and emotional than it was physical. Okay, the physical happened every blue moon, and it rarely ever happened in front of the kids. And the one time it did, my son reacted, which is why it completely ended because I wasn't about to do that. But if you watch my vlogs or any of my videos, then you know a little bit about my story in that regard. So I was able to have a conversation with my son. I ran the stats down to him. I told him that what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to get older, have a friend who is accused of this, and you further victimize the victim because, no, my friend could never. I know my friend. He would never do this because you don't know. You don't know. And the reality is, it's highly likely he did. If we're looking at the facts and not feelings, there's a greater chance he did than that he didn't. Another thing is, what seems to be running rapid is this numbing, this disregard for abuse in women and victims, right? I seen a post on Instagram where this young lady said, what really bothers me is the fact that when these situations happen, we get on these social media and we say things like, what if it was your aunt? What if it was your sister? What is your mother? Why? Why do we have to connect a innocent victim to them being somebody personal for you just for you to humanize them? Why? Like, that says a lot in its own. You know what I'm saying? So going on to the conversation with my son as well, I'm very concerned with the lack of masculine energy or masculinity in men today. And the reason I'm saying that is because of how they respond to women being abused. The truth of the matter is, men who are extremely healthy masculine energy are not comfortable watching women being abused, whether it's their mother, sister, daughter, any of that. They're not comfortable. A lot of these men who are comfortable watching this is because they lack the healthy masculine energy that they should have. Okay? And what I don't want to do is I don't want to expose my sons or have my sons get comfortable watching women be abused. So if they're constantly seeing it and constantly having to suppress their reaction to it, right? Like, okay, I see this, but I can't respond because it's not my business or whatever. My concern is they'll continue to deplete their healthy masculine energy. It is healthy for a man to not be comfortable watching any woman be abused. Okay? If you are, that's concerning. So that was my conversation. Let me get into my notes, y'all, because I want to make sure I don't miss anything before I. Going back to not even just Tory Lanez. One of the things that Jessie Wu also said was that she feels like all deserve life or the penalty, right? And honestly, I agree to some extent. They're less likely to be rehabilitated. A lot of those men do not see what they're doing. I don't say they don't see what they're doing is wrong, because that's a lie, because they know not to do it in public most of the time. They do most of that stuff behind closed doors, so they're fully aware. It also debunks the conversation that they can't control themselves, because they can control themselves at work. They can control themselves in public a lot of times. A lot of that stuff happens behind closed doors, so other people don't see it. So that debunks a lot of that. But because they don't have the desire to work on themselves or correct it, because for them, they benefit from controlling people around them, right? They don't want to lose that power. They have no desire to lose that power. So with that being said, they are not in a space to be able to be rehabilitated, right? Also, when you were talking about there are typically more than one victim. They repeat this with people over and over and over again. They are extremely detrimental to society. Let's be very clear. All of these messages, all of these things that we see online, all of these comments, that was another thing I'm going to read y'all real quick. All of these comments we be seeing, and they are really re-victimizing. Oh, so here it is right here. It was actually Summer Walker who said that first thing, y'all. Hold on. Summer Walker said, I always find it really effed up when you have to ask men what if she was your sister, daughter, or mother in order to make them see women as valuable human beings. Asinine, okay? This other one says 81% of women and 43% of men experience some form of sexual abuse, violence in their lifetime. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men experience intimate partner. That means there is someone in your life right now who has experienced these traumas and they are reading your ignorant, uninformed comments on social media about the Diddy case and feeling re traumatized all over again. This is why they didn't tell you. Drops mic. Drops mic. So serious, right? Let me get back to my notes, y'all. So again, you know what I'm saying? There are typically more than one victim in any of these situations with these. I'm gonna say men because most of my viewers are women, and that's typically who I'm talking to and who I coach. Hey, how are you doing? But yeah, there are typically many victims. Some who speak out, some who don't. I'm telling you again, like I told you before, there's more of a problem with abuse being underreported than it is overreported. Stop saying that you don't believe these people and they are lying. Okay. Um. Okay. So trying to see where I missed. All right, so let's just get into Lil Wayne. I think I'm done with all of those. Let's get into Lil Wayne. So the reason why, let's be very clear. Some of y'all may feel like my stance on this is very contradictory, but it's not, okay? One thing for sure, two things for certain. While I don't judge women, I will gracefully hold them accountable when they need to be held accountable. And this young lady bought it on herself. So the Lil Wayne situation. First of all, I believe him. I believe him, right? I believe her. I believe he definitely may have been. I mean, I definitely believe he is, right? And the reason I believe that is because men's egos are fragile, y'all. They are fragile. So let's talk about the spectrum. The society makes men feel their value is tied to financial gain, financial stability, financial success. Women do the same thing, right? We definitely hold men to a certain standard when it comes to providing. So, with that being said, if a man doesn't have money, he's broke, whatever. That bottom, his ego is broken. His ego is shattered. He's mean. He's bitter. He's angry. He's taking it out on whatever woman he is with, right? So this is why I don't do broken. It has nothing to do with me not being able to provide for myself. It has everything to do with that was my abusive situation. I learned from it. I owe nobody that experience again. I will never stick by a broke man because I already know you finna take that shit out on me, okay? The other side of that spectrum is when a man has power, he has money, he has financial stability, he uses that in diabolical ways if he's not grounded in morals prior to that. And let's be very clear, a lot of these men, like Lil Wayne, was rich early on before he became a grown man. He has always had money. He has always had power. And as a result, trust me, he has used it in ways that has been detrimental to women. So I believe her. I do. However, what I don't like about the situation is, number one, sis, you upset because he put you out on Mother's Day. Let's be very clear. It was wrong. It was wrong. But you are definitely, hey, the topic is the big three abusive situations that's going on. Tory Lanez, DDG, and Lil Wayne that I'm speaking about. I'm an advocate. I have a Healing Her program that is launching June 1st for any woman who needs to heal or has been in DV or has an addiction to toxic love or toxic relationships. Let's be clear. That's typically an issue as well. So anyway, back to Lil Wayne. So the young lady, be very clear, she's upset because he put her out. He was probably wrong. He's definitely wrong for putting her out. I low key feel like she probably did something to deserve it, though. I ain't even gonna hold you. I feel like she might have did something to deserve it. But what really got me was when she said, and I'm gonna quote it, y'all, because I want to make sure I get verbatim what this young lady said. She said, I know, dang, where is it? She said, I know other women that he's done this to. Yes, I know other women he has put his hands on, is what she said. That being said, that means you knew before you got in this situation that this man has done this to other women. Yet you still entered this relationship with him because you felt as though, not only because you're a preference, you thought you was better than these girls. You thought he couldn't do this, he wouldn't do this to you, and I have no idea why. I have no idea why. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. I do not date the nice guy. And I see a lot of women, and I know some videos are a joke and some videos are not, where they post these reels and it's like they encourage their men to be extremely nasty to other women when rejecting them. And I have no idea why that is encouraged, right? It's like you really want this man to be mean to another woman for the sake of your little fragile, insecure heart. No. Because let me explain something to you. If a man is disgusting to another woman, he can very much be disgusting to you when you're not of his benefit. The moment you set some boundaries that compromises him being able to benefit from something, you won't see that side of him. Let me get back to my notes, y'all. Okay, so what else I say about Lil Wayne? So again, the point I'm making is if a man is willing to be nasty to a woman he has absolutely no ties to, don't know, all because this woman thought he was attractive and wanted to see if they can connect, didn't know if he was single or not single or whatever, and you think that's cute and you encourage it, baby, it's 10 times worse for someone he benefits from, for someone he has emotions tied to, from someone he has intimate access to. So I need y'all to stop doing that. I need y'all to stop putting yourselves in a space and thinking that's cute. Oh, he worships the ground I walk on. I don't care how he treat the next woman. Baby, your turn's coming. Your turn's coming. I need a man who is just like effortlessly grounded, effortlessly in his masculine energy, effortlessly has integrity, just a good person. This isn't about how you move with me. It's also how you move in the world, because that's just embarrassing. Y'all seen these podcasters, like some of these podcasters, and I forgot the guy's name, who's married, and got on here and was like chewing a woman out, like so disgusting. I think it was B. Taylor that he was disgusting, that he was speaking to. Crazy, crazy. Like I was embarrassed for her, but even more so embarrassed when I found out that he was married. You got a whole wife? You got a whole wife? Now, what I am going to say, do y'all remember back in the day, Breakfast Club? Was it Breakfast Club? Dang, I can't remember. So it was a radio personality named Danny. Danny was on a reality show. I mean, no, radio, y'all. Dang, I want to look at it. Danny was on a radio show, and a guy prank called her. I think he did a prank on her, and he tried to have a woman come on to the phone call to argue with Danny about something that was going on, I think personally in her life, something with like her man or something, right? Try to say Danny was wrong and woo woo, and he was married, and baby, his wife lit him up. That's what it was. Quicksilver, y'all. I couldn't remember. If y'all haven't seen Love and Marriage DC reality show, Carlos King did it or whatever. Quicksilver and Danny was on a radio station here in the DMV, and Quicksilver brought a girl onto the radio station, had her call in, and basically bombarded Danny and attacked Danny. And is her name? What is her name, y'all? I don't know. Let me guess. His wife, Ashley. Quicksilver's wife, Ashley, lit up. Got him together, honey. Do you hear me? And I'm for it. As much as I don't always love Ashley, I am for it because we need to do more of that. Like, it's not okay. And when I tell you, and I hope she don't get offended when I tell y'all this, I've been having those chats also with, like, if you've been following my vlogs, then you know I have connected with my daughter's donors, other child's mom, right? Me and her have become friends. We kind of lean on each other. We share stories. We uplift each other. We encourage each other to do better. So on. Very positive relationship. And one of the things that I have spoke to her about in regards to her behavior, and Giving grace, y'all, because I don't want nobody judging. Giving grace, she has been in this toxic relationship for about 12 years, y'all, off and on, okay? One of the things I spoke to her about is allowing him to use her as a weapon against other women. Just the bad behavior of it all. You know what I'm saying? And she has owned it. She has owned it. She's growing out of that, right? I can say she's completely grown out because she's not really in the situation to say, you know what I'm saying, I'm in it and I'm moving differently. She kind of removed herself to the situation, which is what you've got to do most of the time when you're healing. Um, but yeah, I've spoken to her about, allowing him to use you as a weapon. Like, he has done that way too many times, and it's not okay. It's not okay. So if you're going to be in a man's corner and you want to see him be the best man that he's going to be, you got to hold him accountable, not only with how he treats you, but how he shows up with other women as well. And I'm not talking about just his mama, his sister, or, I'm saying, his daughter. One thing I've always respected about my ex-husband is the care that he just has for women in general, right? My ex-husband, while he cheated on me, y'all, listen, I divorced his ass in a heartbeat. While he cheated on me, cheating was a mere reflection of his insecurities and my lack of attention to my relationship, right? However, when it comes to helping a woman with a bag, holding a door, being caring to the woman, helping a woman when he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's that guy. He's not going to be nasty. He's not going to be rude. And I have always respected and loved that about him, especially in a world and in an environment where men are extremely, extremely disgusting in women right now. Like, you cannot tell me they don't literally, especially black women, especially black women. So it has been serving as somewhat of a safe space to me right now to know that at minimum, I have a man around me who's just not going to be nasty to women, who's not going to, because that energy is nasty, girl. That's rape. I don't want to be around no man who don't like no women, okay? Whether you my friend or otherwise. That's the other thing. I don't know how y'all be friends with men who be treating women like trash. Like, how? How is it your friend, girl? So you just okay with this? Are you checking out? Because no, baby. No. Anyway, y'all, your girl's about to head in here to Drift and Flow. I am down to 20% anyway.